State President Nguyễn Phúc gave a reception for Nobel laureates in Hanoi on September 16th. Let's take a look. The Nobel laureates and international scientists are in Vietnam to attend a workshop on science, ethics, and human development, which was part of the Meet Vietnam program. State President Phúc said that the ideas discussed at the workshop will be used as reference for policy development and administration in Vietnam. In 1986, Vietnam was still a country ravaged by war. With its reform efforts, annual GDP increased by an average of 7% over the past 35 years. In 2021, Vietnam became a developing economy, which ranked among the top 40 economies with the largest GDP in the world. The state leader said Vietnam has always strived to build a strong nation with wealthy people and democratic, fair and civilized society, becoming a developed country by 2045. To achieve that goal, the President wishes to receive the support and cooperation of the international community and all scientists attending the workshop. We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look. Economic ministers between ASEAN and partner countries, namely India, Russia, and the Republic of Korea, gathered at the ongoing 54th ASEAN Economic Ministers meeting in Cambodia on September 16th to discuss post-COVID-19 recovery measures and the implementation of bilateral free trade agreements. ASEAN and Indian ministers reaffirmed their commitment to take collective actions to mitigate the economic impact of the pandemic. They also agreed to work towards a sustainable post-COVID-19 recovery and resolve to ensure macroeconomic and financial stability and preserve supply chain connectivity. Meanwhile, ASEAN and Russia ministers discussed areas of strategic economic cooperation in the future. ASEAN and Korean partners talk about new initiatives on strengthening capacity for small and medium-sized enterprises and cooperation in industry. Vietnam's coffee has been shipped to more than 80 countries and territories, making the country the second biggest exporter in the world, with a market share of 14.2%.
Vietnam exported nearly 113,000 tons of coffee, worth $266 million in August, down 4% in volume, but up 13% in value, reported the General Department of Vietnam Customs. On an 8th-month calculation, Vietnam brought home $2.8 billion from exporting 1.2 million tons of coffee, up 40% in value and 11% in volume year-on-year, respectively. Coffee is one of the 6 key currency owners with an annual revenue of over $3 billion. Its major markets are Europe, the US, Russia, Japan, and the UK. In Europe, Vietnam is the second biggest coffee supplier with a market share of 16%, behind Brazil with 22.2%. At present, Vietnam is home to 97 coffee bean processing plants with an annual capacity of 1.5 million tons.
The 22nd Vietnam International Agricultural Trade Fair Agroview 2022 opened in Hanoi on September 15th, featuring nearly 200 stalls.
Themed Connecting the Value Chain towards Green Agriculture and Sustainable Development, it has attracted exhibitors from businesses and cooperatives across 36 cities and provinces nationwide. There are also 29 foreign exhibitors from Australia, Russia, Japan, China, Thailand, Indonesia, and New Zealand. Diverse agroforestry fishery products on display include rice, coffee, tea, spices, canned vegetarian food, fresh fruit, and processed farm produce. The list also includes different plants and flowers, as well as machinery, equipment used for agricultural production. The event, which will run until September 18, provides a platform for cities and provinces nationwide to introduce their products and heighten the reputation of Vietnamese farm produce domestically and globally.
The U.S. Department of Commerce has decided to maintain the anti-dumping duties applicable to pangasius imported from Vietnam, which was set in the previous review, in the final conclusion of its 18th administrative review for the period from August 1, 2020 to July 31, 2021.
According to the Vietnamese Ministry of Industry and Trade, the U.S. Department of Commerce is receiving applications for the reviews on Vietnamese pangasius for the periods from August 1, 2021 to July 31, 2022. The ministry is closely coordinating with the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers, Vietnamese exporters and the U.S. side to promptly address emerging issues in a bid to protect the legitimate rights and benefits of Vietnamese enterprises. Most of the Vietnamese exporters are subject to a duty rate of $2.39 per kilogram, as in the 17th administrative review. China and the U.S. remained Vietnam's biggest importers during the period.
China has spent nearly $1 billion importing fruits and vegetables from Vietnam in the first 8 months of this year, according to the General Department of Vietnam Customs.
The figure secures China's firm and long-term position as the biggest client of Vietnamese fruits and vegetables. However, in comparison with the same period last year, it saw a decline of over 32%. China's zero-COVID policy is a key reason for the decrease. Strict measures the country is carrying out to curb COVID-19 has made considerable impacts on Vietnamese agro exports. However, in other markets such as the US, the Republic of Korea, Japan, and Thailand, Vietnam saw positive signs with steady increases in the period. In August alone, Vietnam pocketed $273 billion from fruit and vegetable exports, up by nearly 20% against the same period last year. The figure for the first 8 months of the year is some $2.2 billion, down by nearly 13%.
Vietnam was among top 10 most popular destinations for Australian travelers in July, with more than 18,500 Australians visiting the Southeast Asian country in the month, according to Australian Bureau of Statistics.
After both Australia and Vietnam reopened their borders, the number of Australians traveling Vietnam has risen considerably. Compared to June, the number of Australian arrivals in Vietnam in July rose by about 8,200, but fell by nearly 10,000 from the same month in 2019. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, New Zealand ranked first in the top 10 destinations for Australian tourists, with over 96,000 arrivals. On the average, Australians spent 19 days for a trip abroad. In July, there were nearly 1 million international departures from Australia, a monthly increase of over 87,000 from June, the Bureau reported.
The Chun Temple Festival 2022 has opened at the Chun Temple, Chùa Tháp Historical and Cultural Relic Site in Nam Định City, Nam Định Province, on the occasion of the 722nd death anniversary of Saint Chun. An incense offering ceremony to commemorate the heroic spirits of emperors from the Chun dynasty and Saint Chun was followed by other festivities such as a procession of palanquins, sacrifices and cultural activities and artistic performances to remind people of the glorious and heroic traditions of the Chun dynasty and the memories of Chen Hung Dao, a national hero in 3 resistant wars against Mongol invaders.
The festival is a blast with various folk games and activities that have preserved the country's traditional values.
After a 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19, the Chun Temple Festival was held once again. In order for the Chun Temple Festival to take place solemnly and safely, the organizing committee assigned specific tasks to each unit regarding security, order, traffic safety, and fire prevention at the rally site.
We have received support from the City Police Department in ensuring public order and safety both before and during the festival.
Chen Temple in Lufwon Ward, Nam Ding City, is a place to worship the Chen emperors and mandarins who have supported the Chen dynasty. The festival will run until September 25th. Water puppetry performances have been a major draw at this year's Gongsun Give Back Festival in Jilin City in the northern province of Haixiong.
Puppeteers staged about 15 performances depicting activities in ancient Vietnam, such as blockchain festivals and frog fishing. Efforts have been made to preserve the unique traditional art, and performances have been included in festivals in and tours to Haixiong. Haixiong is home to 3 wards specializing in water puppetry, Thanh Hai, Bùi Thượng, and Hồng Phong, with nearly 100 puppeteers in total. The province is a cradle of Vietnamese water puppetry, and the art was listed as a National Intangible Cultural Heritage in 2012. The Gongsun Give Back relic site is viewed as an important cultural and spiritual location in the mind of every Vietnamese. It is closely associated with many well-known Vietnamese figures such as national hero Trần Quốc Tuấn and the world's great man of culture Nguyễn Trãi. The relic site is aiming to become a World Heritage in the future.
Italian designer Maria Elena de Telesys and Vietnamese designer Quan have tailored 60 outside for a showcase slated in Rome next March with a view to winning the hearts of European customers. The outside designs are part of the Outside Heritage Co-Traveler project from the Golden Heritage Group, the Italian Embassy in Vietnam, the Vietnamese Embassy in Italy, and the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam. The project aims to promote the outside in the international fashion market while applying the quintessence of Italian technology to the making of the Vietnamese traditional long dress.
Outside is the national dress for Vietnam, so very important for Vietnam country. And we would like to mix with Italian culture and Italian technology, Italian know-how in the fashion.
The 60 new designs were recently showcased at an event in Hanoi and are scheduled for display at shows in Rome and other famous heritage cities around the world. Italian designer Maria Elena contributed 45 designs to the collection, while the remainder were from her Vietnamese counterpart Quan, who comes from Hue in central Vietnam, which has been dubbed the capital of the outside. The Italian designer plans to adjust the form of the outside and use new Italian materials to add a certain level of comfort and give the traditional outfit a more youthful, modern, and convenient appeal. The Spanish Embassy in Vietnam will hold an environmental film festival from September 23rd to October 7th in Hanoi.
The It's Time to Act, a nature film festival in Vietnam festival, with environmental films from Europe, Latin America, and Vietnam, national studio of documentary and scientific films, will be showcasing feature films, documentaries, and short films with subtitles in Vietnamese. The festival will be open free for the public in a hybrid format, both online and offline in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. Together with the showcase, participating entities will see the chance to raise general awareness about environmental issues through 2 possible open debates on women leaders defending nature and protecting biodiversity, sharing solutions to save the future. Together with other activities mainstreaming the environment during a week-long series of environmental events across the social media in Vietnam.
And that's wrap up on this bulletin. Thanks for watching. And see you next time.